Hello, my friends, and welcome back to On Becoming. This is episode number 6, entitled, Why You Can't Stop Thinking About Your Ex and How to Find Peace Again. I'm your host, Tricia Rago, and I'm a certified conscious uncoupling and conscious relationship coach. And today we're talking about something that so many women experience and are struggling with after a divorce or the end of a significant relationship. And that is the mental looping, the constant replaying, the overthinking, the conversations you go over again and again in your head, and all those questions that don't seem to have any answers, like, why did this happen? What could I have done differently? Was it my fault? Did he ever really love me? And it can feel relentless, almost like your mind won't let you rest. And for many women, this isn't just frustrating, it feels like torture. So if you're in this place right now, I want to start by saying this very clearly. There is actually a very real reason why your mind keeps going back there. So let's talk about what's actually happening. When you go through the loss of a significant relationship, and especially one that shaped your daily life, your identity, and your future, your nervous system experiences this as a major rupture, not just emotional, but physiological. Because as humans, we are wired for connection. Our nervous systems regulate through relationships. So when that connection is suddenly gone or broken, it doesn't just feel sad. It can feel destabilizing. Your system is trying to understand, where did my sense of safety go? What just happened? And how do I make sense of all this? And so your mind begins searching, replaying, analyzing, trying to solve something that feels unresolved. This is what we call a looping response. It's not because you're weak. It's because your brain is trying to create closure and safety. But here's the hard part. The mind often believes that if it just thinks about it enough, it will find relief. But instead, it keeps you stuck in the pain. And there's another layer to this too. And that layer is called attachment. When you've been deeply connected to someone, your nervous system becomes accustomed to their presence, their voice, their energy, their predictability. So when that's gone, your system goes into a kind of withdrawal. And just like any form of withdrawal, your body and mind crave what was once there. That's why you may find yourself thinking about them constantly, missing them, even if the relationship wasn't a healthy one, wanting answers or contact. It's not just emotional, it's biological. So if you've been telling yourself, I should be over this by now, or why can't I stop thinking about him? I want you to gently release that, because what you're experiencing is a very human response to loss and disconnection. Now, let's talk about what actually helps. Because while this is normal, you don't have to stay stuck in it. We need to put awareness before control, meaning the first step is not trying to force your thoughts to stop. That doesn't usually work. Instead, by noticing, I'm in that loop again. Not with judgment, just with awareness. Because awareness is going to create the space. And next, we need to name what you're really feeling. Often the thoughts are just on the surface. And underneath that is an emotion. It could be sadness, it could be fear, rejection, loneliness. So when the thoughts start, ask yourself, what am I actually feeling right now? And this gently brings you out of your head and into your body. Next, we need to very gently interrupt the pattern. You don't have to fight the thoughts, but you can shift your attention. And that might look like stepping outside, like taking a walk, placing your hand on your heart, or just changing your physical environment in some way. Not to avoid the feeling, but to give your system a reset. And understand this. Closure is an inside job. It's internal. One of the biggest reasons the mind loops is because it's waiting for something external, an explanation, an apology, or a conversation. But real closure doesn't come from another person. It's something you begin to create within yourself. And that takes time and plenty of compassion. I'd like to offer you a short, gentle practice you can return to when the looping starts to feel intense. So if you're able, just take a moment with me. You can close your eyes or simply soften your gaze. Now, I invite you to take a slow breath in and a long breath out. And again, breathing in and letting it go. Now, gently notice what thoughts are present right now. No need to change them, just notice it. And then ask yourself, what am I feeling underneath these thoughts? See if you can locate that feeling in your body. And just let it be there. No fixing, no pushing it away. Just allow it to be there. Now, place one hand on your heart and say, either out loud or quietly to yourself, this is a moment of pain, and I'm here with myself in it. Take another breath and just feel the support of your own presence. And when you're ready, gently come back. If there's one thing I want you to take from today, it's this. You're not stuck because you're broken. You're looping because something meaningful ended. And your system is trying to find its way back to stability and safety. And it will, with awareness and compassion and with support. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And if this episode resonated, I invite you to share it with someone who may need to hear it. And if you're navigating this particular season and feel like you need guidance, I can offer you a complimentary 30-minute discovery call where we can gently explore where you are and what your next steps could look like. You don't have to do this alone. Until next time, remember, who you are becoming is so much more powerful than what you've been through.